What's up guys, it's Sim from We Are Tottenham TV here, and with Nabil Bentaleb having a medical on Tyneside ahead of his imminent transfer to Newcastle, I've been asked by the guys from the Magpie channel to give you the lowdown on Nabil Bentaleb and what to expect from this transfer. Well, let's get right into it. He is a central midfielder, kind of deep-lying playmaker. He has an absolutely fantastic left foot. He will bring tenacity, he will bring endeavour into the centre. He works very hard and he has very, very good technique. He has a very good shot as well on his left foot. He pings some wonderful long range shots and he's got a very decent passing range as well. Quite a creative player. The only thing I would worry about is his temperament. We'll get into that in a bit. He kind of broke into the Tottenham team in 2013 when Tim Sherwood was in charge. In fact, in Tim Sherwood's first game as manager after Andre Villas-Boas was sacked, he put Nabil Bentaleb straight into the team away at Southampton, and he was one of our best players that day. I think he might have come on as a sub, and after that game, he was a mainstay in the Tottenham team throughout the rest of the season, even up until Pochettino came the following season. Pochettino was a massive fan of Nabil Bentaleb, and seeing as he came through the Tottenham Youth Academy, he was a big fan favourite as well. He was well liked at Spurs, and him and Ryan Mason and Moussa Dembele were forming some good partnerships in the centre of midfield, and we thought that this guy was going to be the Tottenham starting central midfielder for a long time to come. However, he fell out with Pochettino in Pochettino's second full season at Spurs. At the beginning of the season, Bentaleb kind of had an injury and it ruled him out for a large portion of the season. And when he came back, he found it very difficult to get in the team because players like Moussa Dembele and Eric Dyer, who moved into central midfield, had moved ahead of him. This caused him to fall out with Pochettino because he wasn't getting the game time. I think maybe he wanted a loan and Pochettino wanted him to stay and fight for his place. Led to them falling out, and at the end of the day, at the end of the season, Tottenham got £18 million from Schalke for the transfer of Nabil Bentaleb. And I was actually sad to see him go at the time. I thought the guy had a lot of potential. You can see how good he can be when he's on the pitch, but sometimes he lacked concentration. He would infamously do these sideways passes that would get intercepted, gave away a couple of goals through that. But when he's fully concentrated and he's really thinking about his next move, then you see the best of Nabil Bentaleb. But worryingly, I would say, when he went to Schalke, again, when he first went, the Schalke fans loved him. He was starting every game. He was given the number 10 shirt when he arrived. Big things were expected. And he really played the part. He was a big part of the team that qualified for the Champions League. He scored twice, I remember, against Man City in a Champions League knockout game. He was one of their main players. But again, he fell out with the coach. Had a disagreement of some sorts. I think not again due to playing time. I'm not 100% sure on that one because I'm not a Schalke fan. But again, I know for sure he had a fallout with the coach, and he got banished from the team, and he went almost a year without being in the squad. So if you can get him playing, if you can get him his head correct and get him on side, and we know Steve Bruce is a good man manager, then I think you do have a really good player there. He's a player who will sit deep, look to take the play. He's got a very nice passing range, got to keep the balls ticking over, and he's got a very lethal long shot as well when given the opportunity. But it's all about getting his head right, because once he falls out with the manager, he seems to stay falling out, and he might have an attitude problem, which has been borne out his last two clubs, and especially at Spurs, where everything was in place for him to progress, and he was well loved by the manager, and he was a good part of the team. But when he had to fight for his place, he wasn't up to it. In the end, he decided to run instead of fight, and seems like the same thing seemed to happen at Schalke as well. So good player, but with a few caveats which you should look out for. But I think if I was a Newcastle fan, I'd be excited because I think he's got quality in his boots. If Steve Bruce can get him on side, I think you've got a good quality central midfielder there. It's all about getting the best out of him. Anyway, cheers for hanging us on, guys.